there, in this video we're going to talk about the circle of fifths because it seems to be pretty mystifying to most people how it works. And once it makes sense, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. So what the circle of fifths does is it tells us very quickly what keys or what scales have which sharps and why. So the first thing you're going to want to remember is our sharps go in the same order every time, and we write them in that same order as we put them on staff. So we have Father Charles goes down and ends battle. I'll say that again. Father Charles goes down and ends battle. So those are the order that you write the sharps in your key signature on your staff, and that's also the order that we add our sharps in the circle of fifths. So the only thing that you're going to have to remember, we're going to start with sharps, then we'll go into flats, is that we're going to start on C every time because C has no sharps or flats. If we move a fifth from C, we're going to count from our C. Our scale that comes next is going to be G, and G is going to have one sharp. That one sharp is going to be F sharp, our father from our Father Charles goes down. So G, as we're playing our G scale, the only sharp you have to watch for is going to be F sharp. F sharp. And that sounded like a perfect G scale, right? So if we move forward again from G, in our G major scale, we do our G 5-finger scale, we're now in D. D is going to have two sharps, Father and Charles, F sharp and C sharp. So as we go from our D scale, I'm going to move down on the piano here, F sharp, C sharp, and that sounds like a perfect D major scale, right? So now let's move forward from D, and we're going to have three sharps this time instead of two. And we're moving forward from our D 5-finger scale. Now we're in the key of A. A is going to have three sharps. Father Charles goes. So we're going to have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. And we're going to play our A major scale to double check that. C sharp, F sharp, G sharp. It works. So we're going to do one more just to double check. So we're going to see what key has four sharps. Let's go forward 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're in the key of E, and E is going to have four sharps. Father Charles goes down. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. Checks out. As we go forward, we get to some pretty ridiculous keys. When you end up in the key of C sharp, you have every conceivable sharp there is on the piano. We're going to play that scale. C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, which is F, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, which is C, and then back to our C sharp. So we have every possible sharp. Now it's a nightmare to read anything in C sharp when it's written down, but if you think about it in terms of you're playing all of the black notes plus F and C, you're going to do just fine. Now, when we do flats, we're moving backwards. So we're going to go back to C, and now we're going to move down a fifth. And we have F. F is going to have one flat. We can use our Father Charles goes down and ends battle backwards to do our flats. Battle ends and down goes Charles' father. Using battle, which is our last word, we're going to know that B is going to be our only flat in the key of F. Flat here. It works. So now I'm going to go backwards 5 from F now. Here's the crux. We we have to go backwards in our F major scale, not just count 5 notes backwards from F, because if we did that, we'd end up in B, and that's not the key we need. We need B flat as our starting note. Because we have B flat in our F major scale, when we count backwards 5, we end up on that B flat. So that's going to be the starting note for our next scale. And our B flat major scale is going to have B flat and E flat. There's our E flat. And there's our B flat, which is our starting note. It works. So let's do one more moving backwards in the key of B flat. Now we're in the key of E flat, because B flat and E flat were our 2 flats in B major. So our new scale is going to be E flat major. It's going to have 3 flats: battle, ends, and B flat, E flat, A flat. And it works out again. So, we know how to build forward and how to build in reverse. You just have to work from C, going either down 5 to figure out your flats or up 5 to figure out your sharps every time. You can very quickly know what key you're in or what sharps or flats you have by using the Father Charles goes down and ends battle, or battle ends and down goes Charles' father. Take a look at the image, make sure it makes sense to you. There are a couple of keys that do overlap in terms of sharp or flat markings. The reason for that is they are enharmonic keys, meaning that you're playing C sharp is also D flat, right? And F sharp is also G flat. So you have those overlap when you're starting on those sharp or flat keys. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about the circle of fifths, how to use it, how to make it more efficient in terms of figuring out what key you're in, what sharps or flats you're playing, or anything else relating to the circle of fifths, please leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to get back to you. Leave me a comment, let me know what videos you'd like to see next, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye for now.